Guys, welcome. Thanks for listening. I hope you're enjoying an awesome day as you're listening to this. I'd like to give you an opportunity to join my world. Every Thursday morning, I do a Zoom Bible study. So many people call it their booster shot of faith a week. It's 30 minutes. It's punchy. It's faith. It's 30 minutes on the dot, 6 to 6:30. If you'd like to join me, I would love it. The links to it are found on my socials and then also on my yourmore.com. But it's happening every Thursday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. So join me. Have you ever said, I just feel stuck? Stuck in your relationship, stuck in your health, stuck in your career, stuck in your finances, stuck. What if you even felt stuck in a version of yourself that you've completely outgrown? And what if I would tell you that the stuck feeling has a heavy price to it? The stuck feeling causes you to feel frustration, irritation, exhaustion. And what if I could tell you that the cure to stuck, or the reason for stuck, is indecision? It's the things you're avoiding doing. It's the stuff that's taking up mental space all the time. Unresolved things are expensive. I wrote that down. I'm going to read it to you again. Unresolved things are expensive. The conversation you won't have, the decision you won't make, the boundary you won't set, the dream you keep postponing, the thing God already told you to do that you keep asking him to reconfirm. Here's the reality of it. You can be in a stuck place and still be packed with activity. What do I mean by that? You can keep yourself so busy that you don't have to look at anything because you're really stuck in a lot of areas and you don't want to face the facts. So you just keep yourself busy, right? I've been there. Maybe you have too. Maybe we're just busy avoiding the one thing that could shift everything. You have to ask yourself, where do I feel stuck at? Where I'm at, where I feel stuck at, I won't decide. Like your stuckness is your lack of decision. I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know if I want to do this. To hire this person, to wait to hire that for that position, to move to this location, to wait to move to this location. Like indecision is making you feel stuck and it's robbing your energy. Here's what we all know. Have you ever had, like for me, like I don't enjoy going to, like if I put off like any kind of like a doctor's appointment, if I put one off, like literally here's the thing that happens. I know that I have to go do it because it starts to take up so much room in my head. Every day, the thought is on my mind, right? And until you go face the fear and go do the thing, like that thing has a loud voice. So indecision or like lack of movement, meaning lack of movement to cure the issue you're having, exhausts you. It takes life from you. It fills up a lot of headspace. And it doesn't serve your life in the best manner. Like it doesn't move you forward in anything, right? You've always got this back door open with lots of chatter. So sometimes indecision, if we know that that's what our issue is, like, why do we do it? But sometimes indecision feels safer than potentially making a wrong decision. Okay? Here's the thing though. Eventually, not making a decision, eventually living in undecision will rob everything from you. Your peace, your sleep. It'll rob the joy out of life. It'll make you feel drained, right? That's what undecision does. When you just vacillate between two different opinions and you vacillate between what you're doing. I'm telling you guys, I have had seasons in my life where I have felt stuck. And here's the reality of it. The only way to move out of stuck is to move with intention and literally, as a friend of mine says, eat the frog, eat the frog, eat the frog. Like you have to do the thing to move forward to get the peace. You know, I was just talking to a friend of mine and she was like, she had some concerns about a physical thing she was experiencing. And she went to the doctor and they said, hey, you're perfect. You're great. It's all good. And I said, how do you feel? She goes, oh my gosh, I feel so good. And I said, yeah, I'm happy for you. It's awesome. She goes, do you know how much mental space this has taken up over the last year? She goes, this has been on my mind. I think about it 3,000 times a day. She didn't say 3,000, but she said like 35 times a day. This is constantly floating on my mind. Guys, how many of us have those situations where it's just that conversation, that unresolved conflict that we have with a friend, all the things like We have those things going on, right? So how do I move forward in power and in strength? How do I move forward out of indecision? Here's what I can tell you that's worked for me. Number one, quit wasting your time doom scrolling. Like, I'm going to say that. Like, scrolling online to avoid addressing the things in your life is a bad habit. Scrolling online to avoid a conversation, scrolling to distract your mind, watching Netflix and just hanging out just to escape your life. That is like, guys, that can feel good for like 2 minutes. And then here's the reality of it. It's going to take you down the same old path. And you're going to go to bed at night. You're going to go to bed exhausted. You're going to wake up exhausted because your life doesn't feel inspiring, because you're living in a path in a place of indecision. I've been there. I think it's the great human condition. We fear making the decision because what will it cost me? We fear making the wrong decision. Well, how will the impact of my decision affect people? What if I do this and they react this way? What if it doesn't go the way I want it to go? Guys, all the things are constantly chattering at us. They're constantly chattering at it, right? Here's some things. Not everything in your life needs to be managed, to be wrapped up in a bow, to be like polished up. Some things in your life just need to be removed. Isn't that crazy when you think about it? Like, I always say that, that people are the greatest gift in the world. But here's the thing. Sometimes people are the greatest gift, but sometimes the greatest gift is someone leaving your world. And that might be painful, but sometimes it's like the thing that propels you forward. It's the thing that causes you to keep moving. Sometimes you have to disconnect to move forward. And I'm not talking about leaving people behind, but there's a time and a place. Not everybody is with you for your life. Most of the time, people are with you for a reason and a season. Okay? Very few for a lifetime. Here's the thing. It's so critical that you move an inch, that you take one step towards eliminating the noise in your head or eliminating the indecision. Guys, I made a decision at the end of November. And I said, next year at this time, this won't look like this for me. I was really committed to it. And I pulled the Band-Aid off on something that has been on my mind off and on. It's weighed heavily on me over the last 2 years. And I pulled the Band-Aid off and I'm like, you know what? This is the step that I need to take. And this is what I'm going to do. And I can personally tell you that when you take the Band-Aid off a situation, when you pull it off, when you actually look at it, when you do the thing that moves you to the next level that you know you need to do, it doesn't necessarily come with feelings of, oh, kumbaya. It doesn't necessarily feel good. A lot of times, the peace doesn't come until you're through the process. Sometimes it's an emotional process when you're actually moving and you're ripping the Band-Aid off and you're doing the thing to move your future forward. So if you find yourself in a place where you're like, man, I'm just exhausted, I want you to take a look, pull the covers back, take a look. Where do I have indecisiveness? Where do I have things that I just keep vacillating on, that I just keep rolling around in my head, that I'm just not sure on? Here's what I can tell you. If you move an inch and then you move another inch, momentum is medicine. Movement is medicine. Like, move. You're not a tree. You're not stuck, even though you might feel like it. Move, right? So here's the thing. Unmade decisions wreak havoc in our relationships. Unmade decisions literally cause us to miss out on massive opportunity in our life. When I think back on the things that I have regret about, I never have regret of something that I've tried. I have regret of something that I didn't try because the moment passed me because I was thinking about it too long. Does anyone else know that feeling? You passed on the opportunity because it was going to put you out of your comfort zone. Oh, maybe the timing wasn't right to invest in that opportunity. Oh, maybe it was going to seem too risky. Like that, I languished in indecision and it cost me an opportunity. Indecisiveness, languishing in decisions cost you so much in life. Your energy, your peace, finances, health. It's all the things because things don't rest. Here's the thing. We get these open loops where we just go open. loop, 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 loop. And they take the same track in your brain. And you've got to shut the loop. The brain needs to shut the loop and be able to focus on, okay, here's the one thing. There's so much power in the one thing. You know, the Bible says that a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Well, you get it when you vacillate this way and that way. Man, I just don't know. I just don't know. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, take the dang movement and go. Make a decision and move. Like, take the next step. It's just a step. But clarity starts to come as you step. Here's what I found. Things get bigger in your mind as they live in your head. So a relationship that you feel is challenged, it just grows and grows in your head. It grows in your mind. Like you're like, oh, that conversation that you should have had and that you know you need to have, it just keeps getting more scarier. It doesn't get better. It gets scarier. It gets even more overwhelming. Here's what I tell myself all the time. Amy, you just need 3 seconds of radical courage. Just 3. 3 seconds of radical courage. Just go say the words. Because once they're out there and the conversation's happening. If you need to use that, use that. Just talk to yourself. 3 minutes of radical courage or 3 seconds of radical courage. Just spit it out, right? It's a big deal. Here's the thing. Constant indecision will fracture your peace, which ultimately will start to erode your health. If you're in constant turmoil, your body's in fight or flight all the time because you're indecision and you're up and down on things. It's not good. It's not even good for your health. Indecision is not even good for your health. The human being needs to close a loop. Our brains need to shut it down and be able to focus on, okay, this is where I'm going. This is what I'm doing, right? Here's the thing. You can get stuck and live a life between what was and what's ahead, okay? You can get stuck between what was, that's not that way anymore, and what's ahead, and never move forward. You can get stuck in that land, in between the two, and never move, and never accomplish. Guys, time moves fast. You're on this earth for great purpose. And this is what I can tell you. If you've got something on your heart to do it with all your heart. My dear friend, Ruth Ann, who went to heaven, a year and a half ago, she said to me, Amy, do everything that's in your heart to do. Do it. God will back you. And I say that exact same thing to you. Do everything that's in your heart to do. God will back you. So move against the uncomfortable, move against the fear, move against the panic, move against the anxiety, move against the unknown when you have to rip the Band-Aid off and have the conversation. I'm telling you, those giants that get so big start to melt. When my friend called me and she said, oh, I feel so relieved. I feel so relieved. But this has cost me a lot of time and energy and emotion over the last year. I've thought on it so much. It's robbed my peace. It's caused me to be awake at night. Guys, we've all had those things. So my challenge to you is a 24-hour unstuck yourself challenge, right? So here it is. Identify one thing. I would feel lighter if I finally did what? Identify that one thing. I would feel lighter. I would feel so much better if I finally did that one thing. And then move. Just take a baby step. You don't have to go far with it. Take a baby step with it, right? So an examples of like what movement could be. Maybe it's sending the email. Maybe it's canceling the thing. Maybe it's getting off a board that you don't belong on. Maybe it's having the conversation or asking for help. Maybe it's making that doctor's appointment you've been pushing off and pushing off. Maybe it's you need to actually start to forgive somebody. But whatever you do, just start. Start. If you want to watch clarity come forward in your life, the wind of favor follow you, the doors of opportunity swing wide open for you, it requires that you walk, that you keep moving, that you don't sit on the sidelines and stop. You can have a day where you're discouraged and down and all the things, but I beg you, don't sit in the valley of indecision. The cost is very high. And the cost may not be monetarily high, but it could be. The cost is high. I've always learned just from my experience in leading a real estate team and being in this industry for 30 plus years, like when I get the feeling to act. If I delay on it, I always end up having regret. I lost an opportunity because they were on my mind and I didn't act. I thought the thought, but I didn't pursue it. Like, guys, there is so much power in taking your power back and acting. and say, you know what? My life is worthy of me taking action and doing something, right? So I'm telling you, I'm encouraging you, take the next 24 hours. I'm going to say it again. Complete this sentence. I would feel lighter if I finally did blank. Right? So here's the thing I want you to know. You're not powerless. You're not a tree, so you're not stuck. You're not trapped. And here's what you need to know. You can't wait for motivation to do the thing. You just have to do the thing. Okay? So sometimes breakthrough in your life looks like a little bit less of a miracle and a lot more like a decision. Take that in. Sometimes breakthrough in your life looks less like a miracle and more like a decision. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes breakthrough in your life looks less like a miracle and more like a decision. I've made a decision. I've chosen. That's why the Bible says, choose ye this day. Choose, choose. There's so much power in choosing to move forward and choosing to unstuck yourself. So you're more than your hesitation. You're more than your fear. You're more than your overthinking, right? God came to give you life and give you life more abundantly. Truly, you have destiny and purpose on your life. Don't quit. Don't fall off the path. Don't get stuck and let decades of your life sit and lose opportunity because you sat in the valley of indecision. Peel the Band-Aid off. Remember, 3 seconds of radical courage. Say the thing, do the thing, make the call, set the appointment. Know this, I'm always here for you, cheering you on to live your best life. Truly, you are more. Be blessed. And if this episode has done anything for you, please like and share it with a friend. And I'd love that 5-star review. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.